Welcome back to Rodmarton Farm on Farming Simulator 25. Thanks for joining me once again. So, June 3 or June 3rd, whichever way you want to say it, we are going to be lazy, unrealistic and cheat. So we are going to fill our trailer with these bales and take them over to the BJ over here. So it's not a particularly long drive, just drive. Back-to-back recordings. So what we talked about the last one, if you've left a comment, I will not be able to respond to it. Oh, well, I will. You'll feel like I have ignored you, and that is absolutely not the case. It is simply that, go on then, unload here. Yeah, it's simply that I back-to-back recorded, so by the time I see it, I've already done this, and I can't implement the changes that you're suggesting. Let's do a little bit of super strength just to speed things along here. I think if we drop these on the floor, are they gonna go in or not? Oh my! Oh, there it is. Yeah, gosh, getting a bit worried then. Happy days. I mean, we could. If I could just balance them and chuck them in, we could go that way with it, but we'll be here all day. So we're just going to do it any old way we can to make it work. I think the trigger must be just on the floor then, is it? Whoa, 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 whoa. That's the only issue with super strength, is sometimes you forget your own strength, grab the wrong thing, and throw your trailer in the air covered in bales, which would have been pretty bad. So we're doing alright here, aren't we? I mean, getting an environmental boost obviously every time, and what, about 1400 per bale, so take those odds. Go on, drop in there, mate, and you go. And last but these two, and you go, my friend, and you. No, not quite. There you go, bud. And now, last but not least, release out of this batch. And there we are, happy days. So, I will go and grab the rest of the bales. I'll get this finished off and I'll bring you back in 2 secs. Okay, last 2 bales. Could have used the agri for this, but it's just, because I wasn't ever going to do this realistically, and I was always just going to chuck them in or drop them off, it just made a bit more sense to do it this way around, really. Right, drop those there. That should click. Happy days. Reset my trailer. We are up to 74,968 lovely pounds. What I have done now, I don't know if this works, so I'm gonna, it's as much a test as anything else. It sort of dawned on me that we're gonna need a harvester one way or another. Leasing one for the day. By the time we've done the fields with such a tiny header, because we can't afford a decent harvester, we will just rack up a massive amount of money and just it won't go anywhere. So we may as well increase our debt as usual, but look to invest it wisely. So what I've gone and done is, if I bring you in here, so I've got 2 of the of searching for. I thought I'd search for 2, unless one's turned up in the sale already. That's interesting. I thought I'd done the Massey as well. I'm sure I did the Massey as well. Anyway, searching for that harvester, in the hope that by sort of middle of July we can get one. The issue at the moment we've got is, if we look at the weather report, July 1 rain, July 2 rain. Have I got the weather device? Weather station improves the weather forecast, available information to your farm. Have I got a cheaper version of that? Vehicle workshop. No, I don't. 4,200. Yikes. That is not cheap. But probably worth it. Deep down. Let's see if it changes up for us. Anyway, let's get into July. We'll see. And if we can buy a harvester as well, see, we can do some contracts with that. So it should give us a few more options to try and get some money back. So when you combine that with what we hopefully going to get from the harvest, then fingers crossed, we'll be good. Just reading John Leo, John Lee 23's message to me on Discord about how they deal with horses. I quite like that. I literally typed on that message. I was like saying to them, I should do it. I never do horses, so I've always stayed well away from it. But it dawned on me, oh my, you got a bit of a floating thing here, mate. He's gonna hate me for spotting that. Yeah, never done horses, and I said I should probably do a lumberjack and stables series, and I was like, that sounds really cool. I quite like the idea of that. I really like the lumberjack stuff. In the comments, please let me know, do you like the lumberjack element of this game, or is that not your cup of tea? Right, so none of these are what we're after, which is just classic. We've still got that running in the background. So let's have a look. So it's only sunny until 10. And then from the rest of the day is horrible. We're going to have to take a risk here. There's just no two ways about it. We're just going to have to take a risk. And hope for the best. I also am very tempted to just take that contract, even though we haven't got any of the equipment for it. £20,000, and we got a couple of days to complete it. Unless, if I leave it, if I don't take it, does it stay? I think it does, doesn't it? Right, we'll risk it for a biscuit. On to tomorrow. Oh my god, this is nightmarish. Absolutely nightmarish. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. What I didn't do was take any notice of how long I've been recording, because I was faffing and recording before I started talking. Husbandry, sheep, property maintenance. We haven't got our... how long are we allowed to risk it? What's the weather like the rest of the day? 4 o'clock. Right, tell you what then. So let's just knock this on dramatically till 4 o'clock. Whilst that does that, we'll run up. I'm guessing it was that sheep that was due very soon has probably had their babies. Oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. Slow down, my friend, slow down. Oh, they're both there. That's the one we're going to get. I would have rather the Massey, because Willow doesn't have a Massey, but that is classic. So 34 months old, 50 hours, you know, bigger discount. Yeah, all day long. All day long. Take the plate offer, hire purchase, and we will spend for 20% down 10 years. And we'll go with option 3, just under £1,000 a month for it. Here we are, we own one. Happy days. So now what we need to do is let's just go back into here, go into the original. So there's the, so it's the free flow 25 foot. So if I go into here, where is it? There. So the hire purchase on this, so if we put down, well, we're 33, so I don't want to go much more than 20% on that. Match the harvester, £228 or 203. Let's go 203 on that one. Let's go option 4. And the trailer for it, we will take the plate off, and we will just chuck a high purchase on this as well, because why not, eh? Let's check 20% down and it can match in there. And we will take option 433 for £48 a month. Happy days. Now, the only other thing we need, and we do need, is a trailer. I was hoping one would have popped up in the sale, but unfortunately, I think we used up all our luck then on the harvester. So I do like that one. It's nice and easy. £20,000 for 22.5 litres. I can never tell. Name, max speed, base power, weight, price. Yeah, I can never tell what the sort of best value for money trailer is in terms of versus the size. 22.5. I mean, I just don't see it being any of these ones. I don't want anything that's not completely ridiculously unrealistic. That's only 13.22. The lizard is good, but I just don't like the Colossus pack ones. I just can't bring myself to use it. I do like these vehicles. I really do. 21 meter extension, so 27,000 just to bring me back up to where the class was. I see we're just going now past the sort of point of value. I mean, unless, you know, there's something out here that has got like a massive jump in its size, I just don't see anything better value than the class. I really don't. 22. I mean, all the class is bigger than all of these and half the price, which makes me think that that class is just, the price on that mod is probably unrealistic. Just too big for our farm. It's going to have to be, I'm afraid. We can't change anything on the colours of the thing, so we will take... Oh, should we have wide tyres or normal tyres? Yeah, we'll take our good old BKTs. Get rid of our reg plate, no plate there, and then we shall do a... We'll take 6,000 down, 5 years, option 3 or 4. Option 4. Okie dokie doom. So, still raining. There's all our money goners. Out of interest, actually, well, let's do one thing at a time. We've got some wool to sell there at some point. Messages, pregnancy, gave birth 3 babies. Thanks very much. Nice to know. So, if we go back into contracts, where are we? Why can't I be an idiot? Harvesting, we will take the contract. Thanks very much. Where have we got a carter to? All the way up there. Blimey, that's a faff and a half, isn't it? But we will take it. It's £20,000 for some work. So hop over there. What am I going to have to do? If I take the Massey up to the shop, oh, look at her. We'll start the engine running. I'll come and grab the Massey. She's going to need to warm up as well. And we'll bring her down and we'll prep. And we'll do our field first. Get that sorted. And then hopefully find a gap in the weather, because our fields... Talking about that, actually. Ah. Oh. So we got a bit of time on him because he's not bloody ready. Right, okay. Okay. Right, I'll go and grab our new stuff, bring it all down here, ready for the harvest to begin. As soon as the weather turns, we will harvest our own field. That then gives us the chance to find a gap in the weather to harvest the contract field as well. And we will be laughing. Hopefully with a decent yield and £20,000 in a contract. So, fingers crossed. Watch this space. Let's get to work. So here she is, our brand new harvester. And behind us we have a moron. I don't know why that has happened. I've put that down twice, and yet he keeps opening as if it's a tip here, and then driving off. So, yeah, all right. As you are, mate. So we're running the clock, obviously times 120 just to get to about 4 o'clock, which is when allegedly the weather is going to turn in our favour for harvesting. I am right, Anna. You can't harvest in the rain because it affects your yield. I mean, in theory, if this was in any way realistic, the amount of rain that we've allegedly had in the first 2 portions of July would mean that we wouldn't be harvesting full stop. I'm just going to slow the clock down because I've got a horrible feeling every minute is going to count for us today. So there we are. There's a little sunshine symbol just creeping in next to the rain clouds, and as we approach 4 o'clock, hopefully it'll switch across the sun. There it is. So we'll knock this back down to 5. Try not to hit the signpost, and soon this rain should stop and we will be good to get harvesting. Which it feels like we've waited a long time for this, even with me sort of pushing through the series. It feels like it's been a long time in the making. Yeah, looking forward to this. Looking forward to see what we get from our 2 fields. Obviously then retreat the fields, get the wheat back into the one, and then it was soybean we were going to go for, wasn't it, on the big field, which is currently canola. And then once the soybeans out, switch it round to oats for the financial benefit. Now, I am tempted to go a slightly different path on this series, which I wasn't necessarily planning on, and that's pigs. I've done this a few times where I want to sort of bring a pig farm into the mix. So I don't know, because I never play that way. I never really play that way. So yeah, I'd quite enjoy that, I think, and it'd be, you know, just to mix it up a little bit. Right, let's get through there. We can... Come on, buddy. The follow me mod is brilliant, isn't it? Fair play. Right, right control, and how do we stop it? Is it the same? Follower... No, where is it? X? Or do I just stop you by changing you out? There we are, like that. Okay. So, why you... Right, stop unloading. Good grief. Let's get you off auto strength on the super strength. Auto strength. Super strength, right. Unhook you. Still raining, guys. Why is it still raining? Please stop raining. So what my plan is, hopefully, is to put the auto drive on and bring this thing up to collect. Is it worth it though on this sort of maybe it's just not worth it, because I'm going to still have to do all the unloading, because we haven't got a trigger point for an unload. We haven't got a silo. We're going to be dropping this loose, I hope, into one of the bays over there. Why is it still raining and not gone sunny? Stop raining, please. Slightly concerning. It's now 20 past 4. Shows it's sunny. What happens if I maybe... let's drop that back to 5 for a sec. Unfold the harvester. And let's see what happens if I start harvesting. Hopefully, I might have edited that alright. Mrs. Mids just came home, so I had to say hello. This rain is bothering me. Right, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save the game. I'm going to come out and then reload it. Because, oh, is that just cheating? Why is it still raining? You've meant to have stopped raining. Yeah, see? Ay, ay, ay. Annoying. Right, there we go, there we go. That's definitely stopped raining. Slow down, mate. There we go. Okay, we're finally off. Good God. Think about this, man. You want it on this side, not that side. A bit amateurish to go into the field that way. Can I catch that corner, I wonder, with the tractor, with the Massiva there? So we want to make sure, enable the straw swath, because we definitely want to get the straw from this, because we're going to need every penny that we can get. Let's go. Get in there. We are finally harvesting. We're going to do 3 headlands. Just to make life a little bit easier for ourselves. A massive pile of straw. Look at this. Yes! We might be crippled with debt. But we're there. We are harvesting. We are harvesting our hard work, lovingly sweated over fields with the... Look at that stupid destruction damage. Stupid. Yeah, look at this. Right. Should we have some music? With a speed lapse? Yeah, we haven't done a speed cut for a while, have we? It's normally just cinematics. I'll try and remember not to swing the camera around too much for you guys.
I kinda adore you, but don't get too proud. You're like my favorite snack, I won't say it out loud. I won't say you're perfect, we all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of way that I got. Your songs are in my head, it's on repeat. The awkward dance I do, but only on your street. I won't say you're perfect, we all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of weird that I got. I kinda adore you, but don't get too proud. You're like my favorite snack, I won't say it out loud. I won't say you're perfect, we all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of weird that I got. Your songs are in my head, it's on repeat. The awkward dance I do, but only on your street. I won't say you're perfect, we all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of weird that I got. In a world full of ordinary, you're my playful dream, turning everyday moments into a sparkling scene. I won't say you're perfect, I won't say you're perfect. We all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of queer that I got. I kinda adore you, but don't get too proud. I won't say you're perfect. We all know you're not. I kinda adore you, but don't get too proud. I won't say you're perfect. We all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of queer that I got.
Well, it's fair to say that that didn't necessarily go to plan. I can't figure out... I'm obviously being a little bit stupid. I can't figure out how to download the mod that Welsh was talking about the other day, which is the mod that allows you to use the horseplay, but then line it up with the AI GPS. So that was a bit of a starter of 10 of a problem. Come on then. But I just mistimed everything really, because I needed to get this done but couldn't get it done in time overnight. So there was a bit of an issue with in-game timing. There was going to be an issue with real-life timing. I think I played till about 20 to 1 in the morning and couldn't keep my eyes open, so I had to stop. I've used a mix of auto drive, courseplay, me across both the roles. Where I'm storing the grain, and you'll see now when we head back over there, I don't know if I've done the right thing by just dumping it on the floor, because I just think, what am I going to do with the canola? Where's that going to go? And we desperately need to store it, because I don't want to sell it at the cheaper rates. But I don't think there's space for it in that shed. So I just don't know what to do for the best, really. There's a part of me that thinks maybe there are sheds that have got dedicated grain bays, almost like a silo, that we would use for grass, that I can tell. I'm tempted to, where we're keeping the shed on the right at the moment, where the machinery is, maybe edit that out and replace it with a different grain shed. And then the canola can at least go in there, and then we've got one set up for the future. I don't know. I'm intrigued to see what you guys' thoughts are. I really don't want to use like your standard sort of American silo. I'd like to use a proper grain, like a British grain shed. But it's got to work, obviously, hasn't it? So, right, let's take this off the auto drive, and we will do this bit. So let's actually get rid of auto drive off the screen. Come on, then. And we should. I wonder if, I didn't check the amount that was left then. I wonder if we'll get it all in here. Hope so. Now, the other issue, of course, is that it's 2 a.m. game time. We've got this contract, and we're going to need to get that done, but it's just, everything just takes so long. Come on then. Right, whilst that's filling up, let's have a look at the weather for the day. So we got a bit of rain at 8. Oh, we got a nice day today. We can get it done. That's fine. Right, are you completely empty? Wonderful. Right, so you can close down and just save yourself. So we'll head over there. Drop this screen off, and I'll you'll see what I mean. There's something about I just don't want to go diagonally across the field, and I know that's ridiculous because it would be the quickest way. But there's a part of me that doesn't want to do it. It doesn't want to drive over grain. Over the straw planes. I can't explain why. My brain's a bit strange, isn't it? Whilst I was recording all that, I've got no idea how it's going to look either, I'm sorry. So how that ends up looking, because it certainly won't be a cinematic. It can't be a speed cut in its entirety. So yeah, I have no idea how that's going to end up looking. I mean, it might end up being just a really short cut. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Because it just got so messy doing it. I'll have to figure that out afterwards. So yeah, what I'm thinking is maybe to get rid of this one and replace it with... I promise you can't search for anything, can you? Where is it? There's another British style grain shed. Now, that's the one we've got. Yes, they all look the same, don't they? That's the blinking problem. Was that the one we got, actually? Those are the ones we've got. I think that grain shed, hot soil block material, machinery shed. It must be this one. I'm sure. And then, can we customize R3? Do we want to have enough money just to do this? But I'm sure there's a way of, when you go into the customization, you can put a barrier down the middle. Now, could I figure out a way of getting it in there? I don't think so. I mean, could we fit it in there if I level the ground out and do a bit of messing around? So we got an extra shed. I don't know. Anyway, food for thought on that one. In the meantime, the other thing, of course, is how am I going to get all this grain back off the floor? Which I hadn't thought about, other than having to do the old-fashioned way with a lot of trips with the front loader. But then again, we come into that whole issue and a bit of fun and games with the agri. So. Fiat. Right, final one. Another 18,000 litres added to the collection. Driving all over my grain. And I know on... because you briefly saw it, I think it was in the last series of Clarkson's Farm, and I had no idea these things existed, obviously not being a farmer. The guy turned up take the grain away, and it's basically had like a massive hoover. It was really cool. Yeah, so there we are. I'm gonna say, I mean, I think that's about, it was definitely 4. Whether or not it's 5 now, if it's, let's say it's 4. Let's have a look here. So if we're saying, and we'll average it out at 17,000 litres, because not all of them are full. So 17,000 litres times 4 gives us 68,000. Then if we were to say 68 times, and was it about 740 for the best price? I think for wheat would give us 50,000. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. But it's not, you know, not game breaking, is it? It's not going to do a huge amount, put a huge dent into our finances, but it'll certainly help, and it'll take a few of the payments off. So I'll get this other contract done now. Offline, I think, because yeah, we're not absolute lunatics here. Let's have a look. Let's head up here. Beautiful, and I can definitely use. What I'll do is I'll definitely use auto drive for this one, because I can send it off to dump the product that we're retrieving, which will be good. And yeah, happy days. That should be, you know, another 20 grand or whatever it was in the bank, as along with a load of grain ready to sell in the winter. So the canola we've got as well will have to be sold in the winter, so it'll be a little while before we start paying things off, but not the end of the world. Apologies, it was so disjointed in that cat. How it ends up looking like, so I don't know. But hopefully you're still enjoying the series. If you are new here, please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. It makes all the difference. Really helps me out. To all of you who already have subbed, and to the members, thank you. But until next time, be happy, stay safe, and we will speak again soon. Take care.